Greetings, fellow travelers. Welcome on in. This is the 204th level of the RPG Cave. I am one of your hosts, the level 299 human necromancer, Ryan Turford, and I am joined, as always, by the level 299 elf hex machinist, Garret Planet here. Hello, Garret.
Hello, sorry, I'm plucking dog hair out of my microphone. It's insane how much this dog sheds.
That is actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a small dog too. It's a long hair mini dachshund, 13 pounds. Still sheds like the couch. You can just just grovel your hand over it. And it's like, yeah, you'll accumulate like a layer of hair. It's just insane. And we do vacuum. We vacuum constantly.
But
it's
you
not
don't.
Like
you don't like vacuuming the microphone though. Like that's the problem. You're not vacuuming your microphone enough.
The dog is not smothering my microphone. I don't know what's going on. It happens everywhere. Every time we cook, it's like we look at the pan. It's like, how's there freaking dog hair in the pan? Souffle's not doing wrong. No, of course not. It's the physics I don't understand, right?
Yeah.
The mathematical equations in which the shedding and the drifting of hair can defy gravity and go to and projection motion from the dog itself into the pan. It's like quantum physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some crazy calculations. You probably need an entire whiteboard, just string up equations on it to kind of calculate it.
I think I need a data center. I need an AI. I need GPUs just running this calculation.
You might.
Maybe I can get a fungible token out of it. Yeah.
Good God. Oh, not a fungible token.
I love how I just went from dog hair to fungible tokens. This is going to be a great show.
Yeah, that's how you can tell this is going to be a good show. Is that, we've got the first mention, I think, ever on an RPG Cave episode about fungible tokens.
Oh, yeah. And that will be the last. Yeah.
That'll hopefully that'll be the last. Because this is the RPG Cave where I swear we talk about RPGs at some point during the show. Yeah. Let's just get the housekeeping out of the way. Let's do it. Jump into this. So first off, of course, Extra Life is coming up, y'all. Extra Life, it is happening November 8th starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Garret is pointing at the thing. He's pointing at the thing.
I'm pointing at the thing. Yes.
And then it will continue to go on like that forever. But of course, this is our Extra Life page. Currently, as of last night, Garret, we are currently at $1,000, which is pretty crazy. We've never hit $1,000 this early before. So this is a first for us. This is very exciting.
$1,000 even is pretty cool too. Yeah. An even number.
And this is not Canadian dollars. This is not Monopoly money. This is US dollars, which is pretty awesome too. So
nice.
Yeah. So huge thank you to everyone who's donated already, by the way. Of course, Extra Life, for those that don't know, we are basically helping raise money for the Starry Children's Hospital Foundation. They help a bunch of children's hospitals that are mostly based in Alberta. I think this is where Stollery is kind of based out of. But there's also a bunch of people raising money for different children's hospitals across Extra Life as well. If you're interested in donating for a hospital that maybe matches closely with what you're going, but maybe you want to help us out because we are gonna help raise that money. Maybe we've got some cool prizes for you, which we'll talk about in just a second as well. So again, our live stream, of course, happening on game day, November 8th, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Like I mentioned, it'll be live on twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live. If you're watching over there already, just like Millie Cat is currently right now, saying hello there.
Oh,
hello,
nice.
Millie Cat. And we've got some great prizes already. More to be announced. The way you get entered into prizes is you get one entry per every $25 you donate over the course of Extra Life. So that if you donate $25 now and $25 later, that's 2 entries. It doesn't have to be all at once kind of thing. So it's cumulative. And of course, first prize donated by Uncle Tim Paullin.
Nice.
Xbox Series S console. So if you've ever wanted an Xbox, you might be able to win one. Thanks to, of course, Uncle Tim for donating an Xbox Series S to us.
I just want to mention 2 things about the Series S. One, it's going up in value. I don't know if you've heard, but it just price hikes like constantly from Microsoft. That's one thing. 2, It's a great emulation box. Like a fantastic emulation box. So I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, it's a good console.
I like the little black circle too. It's pretty nice, but
Yeah. People used to make fun of it because it was like a boom box, but
it does look like a boombox, but it looks cool.
yeah.
So.
I like the Series S. I think it's a good console, and yeah, like I think that's a great prize. It might be worth more by the time you actually receive it versus when we put it up. So huge thank you, of course, to Uncle Tim for providing this as a prize. We've also got an Xbox Series 2 Elite controller. Thanks to Mitch Power for donating that. We have a limited edition PlayStation Anniversary DualSense, which was donated graciously by Fulia. A handmade CPG 2025 commemorative plaque, which was made by Green Jeans, which looks pretty cool. Mm-hmm. The Locklith Squishmallow Essentials Prize Pack, which is donated by Locklith, of course. It's in the name. It's a bunch of Squishmallows. We also, of course, have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition, which I donated from my personal collection. This is a used version, but at the same time, this is very expensive to get if you want to get even just a used version. And the art book is totally intact, games in it, all that good stuff.
I may need to donate $25 for that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
For that price.
We've got Nintendo Switch Online codes. I also announced this prize earlier this week, Garrett. A Trails 20th Anniversary booster box full of 20 packs of the Trails in the Sky, or just the Trails in general, 25th Anniversary card game, which is brand new. It's coming to North America for the first time. It even comes with 2 buy-a-box promo cards of Joshua and Estelle from the newest Trails game. So
Ryan, you just got 90% of our fan base.
Yeah.
And all into Extra Life with that single item. So good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Of course, we've got Extra Life merch as well, which you can also pick up right now at carpoolgaming.com. And all the proceeds from that, help to go towards Extra Life as well. And then ID at Xbox prize packs. So, indie games over on Xbox will have prize packs to give away as well. So yeah, all of that could be yours if the price is right. If you, of course, donate $25 or more, gets you some entries into the drawing for some of these prizes. But also, if you don't have bucks to toss, that's okay. Still come out on October 8th. Come watch our live stream. Come hang out with us. We're going to have an amazing time at Extra Life this year. Most of the team is going to be in person, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure to go tune in for that.
I want to mention one thing here is that,
of course,
and people know from last year and years before, we do like financial goals throughout, Extra Life during the stream. People are going to be in this chat going to be very, very excited for a certain thing I need to do if we reach a financial goal.
Of course, which we will not spoil.
We will not spoil.
We haven't announced a lot of these yet, but there's going to be a few of them that are actually going to be pretty cool. So in fact, more than a few. Actually, there's going to be a lot of them. But yeah, check it out.
Stay
as well.
tuned.
Yeah. Well, of course, we also had to quickly talk about patreon.com/carpoolgaming as well, where you can also support us, including, of course, a brand new support over there, Jose Jimenez, who joined as a free member. So shout out to them for joining up at the free tier of Patreon.
Nice.
Of course, we've also got new content over on the Patreon podcast for Patrons Podcast. My episode came out earlier this week where I talked a lot about something we'll talk about on the show, Riftbound. Which we'll talk about it probably in a second. But Garrett, your episode should be out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, of the pants, yes. I recorded it late last night, so people are going to get a rare form of Garrett, a tired Garrett.
Oh, geez, sleepy Garrett.
Sleepy Garrett.
Jeez.
Maybe quieter than this voice. You don't know.
God, that's so quiet.
Yeah, very quiet.
Great news.
Exactly.
And then, of course, I always like to tease who's next up on the Pants podcast. The Bowser is up next.
Nice.
And she will be doing the next episode of the Pants podcast. I also believe that the Pants podcast, from what I'm seeing on the schedule, is also going to be taking a week off because of Extra Life as well. So this will kind of be the last episode that comes out before Extra Life. So make sure to check out, but submit your questions to Bowser starting on Monday. Speaking of Patreon as well, Sean and I recorded a House on Haunted Hill 1999 movie podcast over on Patreon. That was a super fun podcast to do. First of all, if people always tell me I want more Ryan and Sean content. Well, that's like honestly one of the most Ryan and Sean pieces of content I think we've ever recorded. So make sure to go check that out as well. That was a super fun conversation Sean and I did. And also we might have recorded a little something that might be coming out on Halloween.
Ooh.
Specifically on the old Patreon.
Nice. That
might be related to this. So make sure to tune in Halloween morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because there might be a little something that's pretty cool as well.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's
don't
cool.
spoil it.
We also have a new episode of Campfire. It's coming out very soon as well with Amanda, Seth, and I think it's Sean or someone else. I can't remember who else is on that.
It was very early in the morning. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, oof.
Check out Campfire. Either way, coming soon as well. And last but not least, of course, speaking of Extra Life, we of course have the Extra Life Awards that are happening. So voting is open officially. We have a Google form in the general section of our Discord, where you can go vote on, some of your favorite carpool hosts. In fact, I'll even pull it up here, Garrett, because I don't know if you've even seen this. This, of course, Carpool Gaming Awards. So, of course, we've put a bunch of categories for which of the carpool hosts is the most gamer, or who's the hashtag influencer, which carpool host made you buy the most games this year, or most likely to argue on a podcast, or, of course, I'm trying to get to my favorite one, Garrett. We've got most wholesome, but also most evil. Who of the carpool hosts could possibly win the most evil award? Who knows? It could be anyone. It's a total mystery. Good God. I can't wait to talk about Outer Worlds 2 decisions with you, Garrett. We'll get to that in a bit.
Oh my goodness.
So go vote, of course, in the Carpool Gaming Awards, which will be handed out during Extra Life as well. I think Seth mentioned he's going to have actual awards.
Oh, that's funny.
Which will be interesting. So tune in for that. Last but not least, the Backtrackers is happening right now, so we're not going to mention that. That's happening at the same time as this podcast is. But also Book Crafters, if you're watching live, they're happening tonight with their spooky season meetup, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're interested, head on over to our Discord and go hang out with Star
cool.
and Gizmodo and everyone else tonight. So there you go. I think that's everything, Garrett. I think that's all the housekeeping out of the way. So it's now time, of course, to move on and talk about your things, man. I'm curious to know what's going on.
I got a few things here. I got 4 things.
4 things.
So, yeah, a baker's dozen.
That's not a baker's dozen at all.
Well, it's one more than the typical 3, so I call it a baker's dozen. Anyways, thing number 1, we got the marble table in.
We talked about it last week, of course. The drama of the marble table.
My goodness, it was stuck in our car. It was kind of wedged in between the back seat and the trunk, like the big top was. And we brought a couple of friends over, and we were trying to get it out. And we're like, we gotta figure out a different way. Fortunately, we were able to take the top and the base apart. And then it took 2 people to pick up the base.
Oh my God.
Because it's just this, it's literally it's like a sizable base of solid marble. Took it out, and then we took the top base. Fortunately, the apartment complex, they had a dolly for us. So just grabbed that, and we were good to go. We came back into this apartment and just assembled it. So,
Jesus.
We're hiring movers when we go to a new place. Yeah,
I should hope
100%.
so, because you're gonna have to get this thing. You got this thing up and into your current place, but you're literally moving. Yarden actually mentions this. Isn't the doctor moving soon? Why buy it now? We talked about it on last week's show.
Well, Yarden, it was from an outlet store.
Yeah.
So it's it's a quick buy. It's gonna go away. It was literally a fourth of the price than retail, and it's in really good condition. There's no chips on the top and the base. So
yeah, it was either you were buying it there or you were never getting one, probably.
Pretty much. So And then, yeah, there was a whole, issue with the store and how to pick it up. And it was a whole thing. But the problem solved. We got our marble table. So, and it's looking nice. We're not using it for food or dinner just because it's going to stain pretty easily. It's going to be just like breakfast and like, working right next to the windows or something, something like that.
Right.
So, anyways, got the marble table in.
Yep. I was a little bit worried after last week because you told me, like, thankfully you had some friends come and help, but like, I was a little bit worried that that thing was just going to live like outside, basically until you moved.
Yeah, no. Well, it couldn't be in our car for like more than a day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got to figure it out. Thing number 2.
Here we go. I'm ready for this.
Ryan.
I wear blue specifically for this moment.
This is... What is going on with Bravely Default?
Yeah. That's the appropriate response to that question. To that. Yeah.
I can't believe how this game is going. And, we can do like half an episode later on to just talk about it. But oh my gosh, I'm on like the last boss. I'm like of the true ending. How ridiculous is this game? It just gets obscenely difficult. I'm on easy difficulty, and I'm struggling. I'm still struggling to figure it out. So I'm gonna go on different channels, see what people have done, like strategy-wise. But yesterday I went to the third form of the boss. Just wipe out. Just died. It can be easy as that. It's just...
and then you just got to start the whole battle over again. And I'm sure it didn't take you 10 minutes or 15 minutes to get to that point.
It took me a while, so...
Yeah.
Anyways.
I saw a lot of people on our Discord when you mentioned this were just like, oh, well, you're under level, just go level up. But it's like, you really can't go do that.
No, you can't. This is the point of you figure out how to block it or you don't.
Yep.
Like these attacks. There's no in between. Anyways, I'll get through it.
You got this.
I got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really is just a matter of different job combinations, different strategies. There's definitely like cheap ways to go about it. I'm trying not to do that. But anyways, Bravely Default, Game of the Year. There you go.
Please be excited.
Please be excited. Thing number 3, Ryan, and I know we're both excited for this.
I can't wait.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to Extra Life, partially because I have a business trip. I'm going to a conference, like, right around that time. I'm flying over to Toronto, though.
Yeah, you are.
And I am going to be there for 3 days and doing conference things. But during the nights and evenings, I'm going to hang out with this guy over here.
Yep.
We're going to maybe do a little something, maybe hang out with other people around the area. So,
that's, by the way, I still have to reach out to people here, but that will happen probably this weekend. I'll reach out to people. We're going to try and arrange something.
good.
Yeah, we'll need to figure out like what days you're or what times you're available and days, which I'm sure we'll figure out as we get closer. But yeah, we'll go do something. You'll be right downtown, so there's lots of stuff to go do, and I'm sure people will clear their schedules to come up. But it's in the middle of the week, right? So
it's gonna be. I'm coming in Sunday.
Okay.
So I mean, the Sunday evening's good.
Okay. Maybe that'll work.
And then through Wednesday, yeah, I'm around.
Yeah. That also means I think that's that'll be Extra Life weekend anyway. So actually, we won't be doing. I was just about to say there will be no show that week, but there's definitely no show that week for sure. And we might even try and do something. We'll find time to do something a little special for the following show. So stay tuned for that. That's all I'm going to say for right now.
Are you gonna take me to a poutine place?
I mean, there's a lot of poutine places.
I
don't actually know good. That's the thing. I don't really eat poutine, so I don't really know good poutine places. But I think Jan32 actually knows good poutine places, so maybe I'm gonna ask. Maybe we'll ask him because I think he knows.
Oh man, I can rub it to his face in person. How I'm beating him in Fantasy Critic.
I mean, you could.
I could.
Yeah.
Dude, Rebecca is like, she's creeping up.
Oh.
She's like going up the. I'm curious. I want to get the loadout here. She has like 4 other games like in the pipeline. I have one. I have Luminous Arise Remastered coming out in November. Let me see what she has.
Well, I was gonna say that's not a remastered game. That's a brand new game.
Oh yeah. Sorry, not remastered, but the new Luminous game. She has Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, Kirby Air Raiders, Mio, Memories in Orbit, and Morsels. So she has 4 games still. She's at 117 currently. And then I have 1 game, Luminous Arise, and I'm at 144.
Interesting.
So I think it's gonna be pretty close.
Yeah.
She recently got Ghost of Yote, Battlefield 6, Pokemon Za, Silent Hill F, like Super Mario Galaxy. Like she's got these banger after banger games.
Seems like a stacked team.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked. So I think it's gonna be close, especially Kirby Air Raiders. Is gonna bring her up a little bit.
I think that's a game too that, like, even though Mario Kart it got like an 84 or 85, and some people might say it'll review worse than Mario Kart. I don't know. I feel like that's a game that's going to get like the Sakurai bump, and especially because the people who are reviewing those games now are people that grew up with Kirby Air Ride. So I feel like that game is going to get a bigger bump than you might expect. Like it's probably going to be a 90s game.
Yeah. And Jan 32, he's at 128, so he's in second. But he has only 1 game left, and that's Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
Which, it'll review fine. It'll probably be like
it'll review okay.
Yeah,
exactly. So I think Rebecca can certainly pass Jan 32, and she'll be pretty close. I think Luminous Arise though is gonna. I mean, yeah, you've seen the Tetris Effect reviews.
Yeah,
it's like a 91. So I think it's
I don't know if it'll be that high. I think people feel there's I love Luminous more than Tetris, but I feel like there's a lot of people out there that feel like kind of the inverse, that they like Tetris. There's something about Tetris that they just like more than Luminous.
I understand.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for like 83 at least.
Yeah, I think you'll probably get there with that.
Yeah.
So you have Don 32. I think he's like 3rd overall in the Carpool League as well.
He's 3rd overall. Wow, that's pretty good.
And he has 1 game left, which is Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD today, which should review pretty well. Which is coming out this week. True. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that game is actually coming out this week, which is crazy. Whereas, of course, I'm far down the line right now in the Carpool League. I am currently 17th, but my 2 remaining games are Metroid Prime 4 and Kirby Air Riders. So I feel like I'm going to have some good gains coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Thing number 4.
Here we go.
Last thing. I watched Weapons last night.
Okay.
Have you seen this movie?
No, I missed it when it came to theaters, but it just came to Crave, which is kind of like a Canadian subscription movie service, similar to Netflix and stuff like that. So
okay.
I'm definitely going to watch it now that it's there, because that's a service I get free with my cell phone, which is awesome.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's on HBO Max here.
That's why it came to it then, because they get all the HBO Max stuff, because we don't have HBO Max in Canada.
Interesting. Okay. Really good. And that's all I'm going to say, because it's a great movie. I think you would really enjoy it.
I'm excited to watch it, dude. Yeah. It looks great. But, all right. Nice. Well, Garrett, I feel like we've earned ourselves a little break. Let's go on a little side quest.
Let's go on a little side quest.
It's time to talk about cards again, of course, because that's what we do here on the RPG Cave. So first off, this coming week, probably going to be a pretty big week for you, Garrett.
Yeah.
Because Magic the Gathering Avatar is getting its full preview season. It starts on Monday. with like a big kind of preview showcase, and then a bunch of content creators are going to unveil all the different cards, and we basically should have almost the entire set by the time the week's over. But we did get one preview card this week, Garrett, with 3 different artworks. It looks pretty cool though, so I wanted to show it to you. Get your opinion on this one. This card, by the way, seems very powerful.
Yeah,
this is Sozin's Comet.
Oh man! Look at that card.
In fact, I'll zoom in a little bit better so we can look at these cards, because there's 3 different styles. Good. So Sozin's Comet, for 3 and 2 red, the sorcery, each creature you control gains firebending 5 until end of turn, and you can foretell it. So if you pay 2 mana, you can then exile the card from your hand, and then you can play it later at a reduced cost for 2 in a red. So basically the same cost as it normally costs, but you just pay it over 2 turns instead of paying it all in once. But this card, first of all, Garrett, the artwork looks really cool. You've got this is kind of like the main kind of set card here, kind of in the middle, and then of course we've got the showcase card, which is in like this like really cool, like almost like comic book like manga style, which looks so cool. Of just this giant comet. I know nothing about Sozin's Comet, by the way, because I know nothing about Avatar. But this looks really cool.
Ryan, the Sozin's Comet. Let me tell you everything about Sozin's Comet.
All right, tell me.
It is a comet that arrives into the universe once every, I think, 100 years, or something like once every 100 or 200. I don't know, something like that. It gives Firebender an insane enhancement, like insane ability. Like it's part of nature, so the Firebenders, they go crazy, crazy powerful with this Sozin's Comet. And the Fire Lord, I forgot his name. The original Fire Lord that started the war used Sozin's Comet to start the invasion of all the nations. And what you see in the middle card, Ryan, is the latest Fire Lord. I think Ozai. Oh my gosh, I can't remember these names. Fire Lord Sozin. That's why its name is Sozin's Comet, because he used it to expand. This is on the last episode of the finale of Avatar: Last Airbender.
Okay.
Where Fire Lord Ozai uses fire ships to burn the Earth Kingdom, or starting to burn the Earth Kingdom, and his idea is like, we're gonna revive it with Fire Lord, I don't know, Fire Nation Ash or something like that. So there you go. That is the lore around Sozin's Comet. Nice.
Which then plays into the flavor of the card too, because as you mentioned, the comet kind of boosts the firebending abilities of other characters, which is exactly what this card does, where each creature you control gains firebending 5 until end of turn, which the firebending ability they revealed is whenever it attacks, it adds red to your mana pool for each creature you attack with. This mana lasts until the end of combat. So if you attack with 4 creatures, you net yourself 20 red mana to then spend in combat. So and which can then be used to because red's kind of the color of casting instants and sorceries that deal like X damage to any number of targets. So you can like devastate probably your opponents. You could probably one shot someone with this card if you have like 5 or 6 creatures probably, and like an X spell in your hand. Or like something like Crackle of Power, which if you use that, then you'd have enough mana to kill 3 players at the table with something like this. So this card seems very, very powerful. And again, it's totally flavorful too. Like I love the fact that you described kind of the flavor to me, because that just makes so much more sense as to why like the card is designed this way.
Yes,
so,
definitely.
As we kind of talked about before, I'm glad that they've been nailing a lot of the lore. And kind of doing a lot of stuff. It gets me actually more excited for the set, because I think even though I'm not into Avatar, I haven't seen any of the episodes at all. I just know that there's going to be a lot of care put into the set. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So
yeah, I'm curious what they do with the other, like, I guess, major cards. I'm sure the other nations have something like this, like a big, major, mega powerful card. Because the Water Nation, they're enhanced with the moon. I can't wait, Ryan, for the blood bending. Oh my gosh, they're gonna do something so cool with the blood bending.
Interesting.
It's all about moving like humans in like with the water and in the blood itself, and can move the hemoglobin and everything, and it's like a zombified or controlling like puppets.
Interesting.
Man, everything about this. And then there's gonna be chi blockers.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be certain characters that will block maybe your attacks or like mute your attacks somehow. So I can't wait for this full preview, right?
Yeah. In fact, like I think like, we haven't talked about this yet, but I think we'll maybe dedicate like the whole episode to next week to talking about these cards.
Yeah,
and going
yeah.
through some of these. So
Yeah.
look out for
It's
that.
good.
That'll be next week.
It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Avatar is so good.
Speaking of Magic the Gathering, real quick before I move on, Garrett, I just wanted to show off something that a good friend of mine, she sent me this in the mail, and I just got it this week. I was looking to get a new playmat, and I haven't seen these anywhere in town. They've been sold out ever since they came out. But a friend of mine knew I was looking for these, and she sent this to me. This, of course, is a Terra
nice.
Final Fantasy playmat from Magic the Gathering,
Super cool.
of like the Terra kind of commander art, and it looks super cool. So I'm
Nice.
so excited to play with this. So huge shout out to her for sending that my way, because
Super cool.
They're all the Final Fantasy playmats, Garrett. They did a whole line of them, and the second the set release, they like totally sold out. Like no one had any of those, but like the playmats anywhere. So I'm so glad that I was able to get one. But yeah,
Nice.
Chominichi, of course, saying so nice. Of course,
So nice.
so nice. So Garrett, I kind of wanted to mention as well. Ever since the last time we talked, I talked about this on Pants a little bit, but I fell down the rabbit hole of yet another card game.
Oh no.
This, of course, being Riftbound, a League of Legends card game, which is based off League of Legends, which is another video game. So, it's kind of adjacent. It's got RPG elements. It's kind of
For sure.
RPG. But this card game looks really cool. It's coming out on Halloween. In fact, I'm going next weekend, after the show ends. I'm going to. I was invited to go to kind of like a creator, like not a creators event, like a launch event for the game. So I'm going to be going and playing slinging some spells in the League of Legends card game.
Oh, you got Jinx in there. That's cool.
They do. Well, Jinx has her own like starting deck that you
Nice.
can get. If you're interested in for any new players that are interested in hopping into the game, they have 3 starter decks, and Jinx is one of them, which I thought was pretty cool.
And it looks like it's one from the show and one from the game.
Yeah. And there's actually there's multiple Jinxes as well. Because they're usually like each, the way this game works, actually, if I scroll down to the bottom here, is that each, your deck has to have at least one League of Legends legend, essentially, and that are usually these cards here, and that will usually have like a passive effect that plays throughout the thing. And Jinx, for example, will have one, but then you have to pair her with like one of 4 different Jinx cards that then you always have kind of access to throughout the course of the game. It's kind of similar to Commander in that way, where you always have like access to kind of like the face card of your deck. So I've been really going through these cards, and first of all, they look really cool. They're very like, as much as I don't like League of Legends the game, the characters in League of Legends are actually really cool. Like I love kind of the character designs of League of Legends and kind of the flavor behind each hero. And very similar to what we talked about Avatar, I think they kind of nailed the flavor of League of Legends with these cards. So
Super cool.
So I want to give that a shout out. I think I'll talk about that probably in our kind of like post Extra Life episode, how that went. But I'm excited. I'm excited to go play it because it's been out. It's a card set that's been out in China for a while. That's finally coming to North America, I guess, since League of Legends is like huge in China. That's kind of why they did kind of the launch there first before doing the North American version. But a lot of people who worked, who are either Magic the Gathering content creators or people who worked on Magic the Gathering with like helped advise on the set. So it actually plays similarly to Magic in a lot of ways. But
Cool.
They tried some interesting stuff to help like, balance things out and to make it, fun for people who are kind of new to card games. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about more of it in the future, but I just wanted to give it a shout out because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Garrett, without further ado, it is now time for us to read from the sacred text
Oh,
because, Garrett, you have been playing a little game.
a little
course of the
tiny
week.
game. Yes.
Called The Outer Worlds 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
huge thank you, of course, by the way, to our friends over at Xbox Canada for providing us codes to check out Outer Worlds 2. Your full kind of like impressions video, by the way, is on the site as well. If people haven't checked it out yet, feel free to go check it out and check a look.
Check a look.
But Garrett, it's now time to finally talk about this game, Outer Worlds 2. We've been waiting for a long time for Outer Worlds 2.
Yes.
I mean, even though it doesn't really feel that long ago that the first one came out, but really it was like 5 or 6 years ago, I think.
It's 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy. I feel like this year is just a revised version of 2019 because you got Borderlands 3
Yep.
to 4, and then now you have The Outer Worlds and Outer Worlds 2. And I remember just playing The Outer Worlds first in 2019. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm playing Outer Worlds 2 as well. Yeah, I want to thank everyone at Carpool Gaming giving me the opportunity to play this one, review, and doing an impressions video is actually probably my second video I've ever done it in this format ever. So I really appreciate everyone, taking a look, thoughts and impressions. It's funny, Ryan, I was thinking okay, what kind of software do I use to edit this? Because I am a clear beginner on this stuff. And I was actually kind of surprised, Ryan, that Clipchamp was pretty okay.
Yeah.
It was good enough for me to get through.
There's a couple good free options because there's also like DaVinci Resolve, which is free, which a lot of people use. There's like the Sony Vegas software, which is also free to use as well. Like there's a bunch of free editing pieces of software out there. I mostly just use Adobe Premiere because it's it's just what I'm used to. But there are definitely a lot of good free editing options out there, which is nice.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for checking out that video. But yeah, let's just get into the Outer Worlds 2. I'm currently still 17, 18 hours in. I'm in the second world, for folks who point of reference. I'm sure people are going to be ahead of me by the time they listen to this because they'll go crazy.
We'll see though, because again, the game just came out yesterday, Friday, but also that's just in early access.
That's early access. Yeah.
The game itself hasn't even been out for 24 hours yet. So I don't know how many people are past you really at this point, Garrett, other than maybe reviewers that were assigned to just this game and they did nothing else. That was their job.
Yeah, basically. Okay, where do you want to start with this? It is The Outer Worlds 2. It is literally the sequel to the first Outer Worlds. I wouldn't say a direct sequel. There's going to be some overlap, sure, with the lore and everything, but you're your own character in this one, completely separate from the first game. If you know Outer Worlds 1, you'll be very familiar with the second one. There's nothing too surprising, I would say, of what we see in the first one. It is an open world RPG. It is coming from Obsidian, so you know the format. It was funny, Ryan, when I was playing this and seeing the companions, seeing the formats, and you can obviously tell the engine template or whatever is such the same as F-Out. It's kind of uncanny sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's actually because that's more of a testament to if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because the first game, I think a lot of those systems were really good. So why improve on unless there's something they really can do to improve on it? Why change everything?
Yeah, exactly. Of course, you start off as a character and you kind of build your kind of background, your traits. Yeah. There's many different things you can take it. You can be super into, brawn, you like melee. You can be super into guns. You can be into speech and then your backgrounds. There's many different backgrounds, which I think is cool.
We should compare, by the way, Garrett, because I played this game for an hour. Yes. And I'm curious to know how different our characters are from each other.
Yeah. So, I am a professor as a background, of course.
Yep. Of course. You're a doctor, so of course, professor.
I like how they play into the beginning of the game as well with your
Yep.
background. That kind of explain it. And then my trait is brilliant. It's kind of an overlap with some of the skill checks, but there are some enhancements to both.
Okay.
I was going throughout. What about
So,
you?
so you didn't take a second skill for, a penalty with a penalty skill. You just took
No,
the one,
I
right?
did not. I just took the one. Yeah.
Okay. So as for me, Garrett, I'm an ex-con, baby. I'm
my
of
gosh.
course, this is my character's one last chance to, get a clean record.
Yes.
And of course, I'm all about the being a gunslinger in this one. So
Okay.
I very much chose like the gunslinging skill was kind of my thing.
Nice.
Or I'm trying to actually think about the second point, because you're right. Instead of brilliant, I picked something else, but I don't remember what it was.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
There's so many different things to choose from in the beginning of the game.
The main thing though is I tried purposely to do the opposite of what I usually do, Garrett, because I usually pick like sneaky and stealthy characters. But this time around, I'm trying to make a character kind of like what I did with that other game we talked about pretty recently.
Cyberpunk?
Yes, Cyberpunk. Where I'm trying to make like a like a beefy character, like a tanky kind of like gunslinger character instead.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. So you got that, and then you got your skills, investing in, your guns, your speech, your sneak, it's so many different skills. People are familiar with Fallout and Outer Worlds. It's the same thing there. And then you got the perks, and the perk system, you get a certain amount of points every other level. And then you can buy like an action or like a certain passive skill.
Right.
When I mean passive skill, I mean a passive perk that can and then there's like categories of each of the perks. Maybe it requires a certain sneak or guns, and they put a little icon to like show you just from the menu itself what the requirements were. Maybe there's none. But all of them is there for you to see, and then you can favorite perks. You can really map out what you want to do in this playthrough from the first get-go. Like there's no hidden things when building out the perk system, which I think is awesome. But be very careful, because as you invest in different perks, you cannot retract it.
Yeah.
At all. This is your character.
Yeah. You just kind of have to deal with it. So you got to be like pretty smart about it. Like there's no respecking later in the game or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. As far as I can tell, maybe way late into the game, but as I currently stand, I can't do anything to retract it. Okay?
Interesting. It's interesting that they would make a choice like that, though, because I'm so used to Obsidian games where they let you retract skills. So I'm actually kind of surprised that they wouldn't have a system like that in place. Like I wonder what the thought process was behind that.
Yeah, maybe they'll do it later on. Maybe I haven't hit it yet, but as of now, like Avowed let you respec. Like,
that's what I mean. That's why I'm kind of
time.
surprised that they didn't because even if it happens later in the game, that's still weird that they didn't give you the choice earlier. Like,
I think one reason why they did that is the choices you make in this game really heavily depends on how you build your character.
That's true.
Way more than Avowed. Because like the way you build out your perk system or your skill system, it could give you more or less information getting into main missions, getting into dialogue options, and that changes the way you play. So I think I kind of get, like, you don't want to give the character agents like retract and respec to completely, I would say, break the game, to be honest with you.
True.
In that sense, because they put so much weight on that.
Yeah, it's much different than a game like Avowed, where the choices, the dialogue choices didn't change depending on how you build your character. Whereas in this game, it really does. In fact, like I remember even just in the first mission where I ran by and I saw a whiteboard there, and it said I needed the professor skill in order to interact with the whiteboard. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, Garret Bland must have done stuff with this whiteboard. He must
dang,
have
yeah.
put up some equation or something on there.
Yeah, it's lovely. Another big thing as you go throughout your playthrough is the flaw system. I don't know, Ryan, have you encountered a flaw yet in your 1 hour?
No, I'm not far enough to encounter
it.
flaws yet, but those are totally optional though, right?
They are optional. They come up as it depends on how you play your game. I did a lot of like crouching, like up and down, and then it softly triggered the flaw of squeaky knees. So what the flaws are these kind of give and take conditions and like debuffs or whatever that you can put on your character. So the squeaky knees perk is you can go down and crouch and then like walk faster than you typically do. But if you stand up, it'll make a sound with your knees, and so everyone in the immediate area will hear it, and maybe you'll get detected. There's a couple of flaws I have accepted, so you can deny them too. You don't have you don't need any flaws throughout the game. You can just do that. But the 2 flaws I have gotten is consumerism, which makes items cheaper in vending machines, but also it's I think it's like you sell less as well. I don't know. It's like a give and take there. And then also there's some dialogue options that open up with consumerism.
Right.
It's like it's like the dumbest dialogue. It's pretty funny because I'm a professor background, but I have this dialogue option like being a serious dumbass. I don't know.
Well, you're just like a rampant consumer, I guess. And I guess rampant
yeah.
consumers are dumbasses according to the game.
Yes. So that's one flaw. The other flaw I've gotten, which be very careful with this one, Ryan, easily distracted flaw. So the easily distracted flaw lets you get an additional skill point every level. Okay. So instead of 2, you get 3. But you cannot, it caps your skills at a certain level unless you level other things. So you have to keep it like equal distribution on your skills in order to progress the skill system. I've gotten to the point of the game where I have like, let's say 4 on lockpick and like 3 on speech. And I'm getting, and then I'm seeing check skills of 5s and 6s and 7s. It's like, well, that kind of sucks. I've invested, I had to invest in other things because of this flaw, and now it's changing the way I play the game. So just, be very careful when you're adding in flaws, and there's actually one flaw that I got handed to me, and the developers literally said, be very careful with this one. It's like, I think it's like it's like the ultra flaw. Basically, if you get too many flaws in your character, you get hit with this extra flaw where the developers are saying, if this is your first playthrough, do not accept this. We highly recommend not accepting this one.
That's interesting. That almost makes me want to accept it even more, though.
Yeah, because you will struggle with this flaw. I don't know. It's something additive on your flaws itself. But anyways, that's how you kind of like build your character. Yeah.
Which I love the kind of the flexibility there. And again, like you're not taking flaws on just to punish yourself. Like there are like tangible reasons to do it if you're interested, if you can live with the consequences of it. Like squeaky knees.
Yeah, the squeaky knees is pretty funny. Yeah, there's some that are pretty less impactful than others.
Yeah, but I imagine like that consumerism one with selling, because I think it makes it so you can't sell items from as much, but like maybe that doesn't matter as much if everything costs less.
Yeah, everything costs less for me, and then you can also like break down items to craft ammo mods. So I find it to be pretty minimal. Let's talk about just like the beginning structure of the game itself. It's I'm not going to go into spoiler territory at all in this game. Even at the introduction mission, there's some big stories, hitting stuff happening.
It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, we don't need to get into it. People are going to be playing this game next week, so.
Yeah, pretty much. So you beat the intro mission, and then you kind of like go through each of the planets after that, and it's a rinse and repeat cycle. For people who played Outer Worlds and even Avowed, you know what you're gonna get into. You're gonna get into this open zone that has many different points of interest, and then it's carefully crafted. There's so many different quests, different creatures to interact with, so many different situations you're gonna come up with. That's just that's the bread and butter of an Obsidian RPG. Is that.
But it's not like the first Outer Worlds game, because I remember like after you kind of get past like the first planet, you have a choice of like different planets you can go to. Whereas it doesn't sound like it's that in this game, where you basically go from kind of like one planet to the other in this one.
Definitely one planet to the other, at least how I'm seeing it right now.
Okay. And I'm sure you can probably go back to planets you've been to before, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think there's a map, like a planet map, so I'm sure you can get to like different choices and different locations or whatever. But
I'm just thinking about if like you missed something, you wanted to go back or something.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, totally. And then I think they still get into the fall pit, Ryan, where they like to just throw at you a quest, be very confrontational. What I liked about Cyberpunk is the ease, like it really eases you into those missions. It easily transitions you from one mission to the other. But the Outer Worlds 2 is more like, hey, you're here. Okay, I'm going to talk to you. And we're now in a situation. And you can either talk to me or you can talk to this person. And then you can decide A or B. It's that type of structure. There was one main mission where it was like that. I'm like, you guys, come on. Like, this is...
They're both going to just stand there and wait for your answer, too.
Literally, like, no joke. That's just how it is. It's like... Okay, this is definitely a video game. You know, it kind of just feels like that. So, but be very, I say that as you explore the game, it opens up. So that's what separates it from, I would say, Avowed, is that you kind of like get into different areas or different main missions. It opens up a lot more avenues than just those two decisions that you initially confront with in the beginning of a main mission. So if, let's say, you have enough certain skills like an engineering or like a sneak or a speech or whatever, you will find a lot more information, and you can, I would say it goes from 2 to like 5 different ways you want to go about it. So I think that's cool that they have done that. So
yeah, there's some good variety there, and it's also a good reason for you like to want to maybe replay the game at some point too, just to try building your character out a completely different way, and then approaching the game completely differently.
Ryan, I'm very curious how you're gonna handle the first world.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's definitely like the most chaotic way you can go about it.
Interesting.
Like
that gets me excited. I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm very surprised how rough it can get. So yeah, it's like. I think of it as, no, I'm not going to get into spoiler territory at all.
No, you shouldn't.
So yeah, just, I'm sure you'll go the chaotic way. And
I don't go chaos. I do. I am very deliberate in my evil actions, Garrett. Never chaotic about it, where I just randomly are just like, all right, okay, cool. Well, you're just dead now, I guess.
You can do very minimal fighting and combat if you want to in this game. If you really heavily invest in speech in this game,
right?
Of course, you're gonna get into combat with like side missions and like creatures or whatever. But main mission wise, I think you can get through that without any combat in the first world.
That's interesting, because although I love the fact that on the first intro mission, they constantly commented on the fact that I kept just murdering everyone when I didn't have to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So there's definitely different factions that are interplayed in each world. I have just been introduced to the second and third faction in the second world. They all each have their motivations. You got Auntie's Choice, which is it's the merger of Auntie Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the first Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
And it was not a merger. It was basically Auntie Cleo taking over.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of how they
company.
worded it in the story. Yeah.
What's the show called? Endless Levels? I don't know. They did one episode.
The Amazon Secret Level show?
That's it, the Secret Levels. Go watch that before because it's really good lore building, and it's pretty short. It's like 20 minutes or something like that. But yeah, you got the 3 different factions, and you can be negative or positive about it. I don't know if you read one of the perks, Ryan, but you can be more powerful if you're more negative in each of the factions. And as you get more negative in the faction, you get like 40% stronger in this certain perk.
Clearly I missed out on this. Clearly this is what a perk I need, Garret.
Yeah, and that one doesn't need any restrictions. Like there's no requirements of the skills. It's just like it's there.
Yeah.
And then I forgot there was like another one that's pretty similar. Like you would get those 2 perks and you could just be totally like a jerk to all 3 factions. I'm sure there's more factions involved, but
there was. I remember there was one at the start when you're making your character where it's like your relationship with none of the factions can go below neutral.
In the intro mission.
No, like there's one of the.
Oh yes. There's one of the perks that does yes. So it's basically if you are positive in any of them, it'll go to max positive. And you get extra bonuses there. And that's a very late perk as well. It's like you need 8 leadership and 8 speech or something like that.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. So the leadership perk, which I don't know if it was in the first Outer Worlds, the leadership category is heavily invest in companions.
Right.
So like you don't need to be beefing up your own character. You can let your companions do most of the combat as well. So if you want to heavily invest in speech and leadership, you wouldn't be fighting as much. You would let just your companions like trash over enemies. So
yeah, which is the exact opposite of the way I played the first Outer Worlds, because I talked about this on Xbox Drive last night, Garret, where I heavily invested in like the lone wolf perk in the first game, which meant if you had companions, like you were weaker, but also you became so much more powerful. Basically, you just play the game by yourself, and you didn't really need companions at all. So it got to the point where in the first Outer Worlds, by like the end of the adventure, I had no companions left, because either they left because they didn't agree with my evil actions, or I just told them to leave. So, because I was just so much more powerful because of the perks I had in the first game. So. And even then, when I left the ship to go to the first planet, Garret, I didn't take any of the companions with me. I just went by myself.
Nice. Yeah, you can totally do that in this game too. There's companion missions in the first world. The stuff that can help your companions get certain enhancements or figure out their past, even in the first world. So just if you decide to get into that, I feel like it's just extra content, extra stuff that you could do. I was very surprised on some of the side quests. You get some permanent upgrades. So be on the lookout for just any type of side quest. You get so much more out if you're nosy enough.
Yeah.
In this game.
Yeah, it sounds like the side quests are like really worth doing in this game. Kind of like they were in the first game too, but even maybe to a higher degree. Because the thing about the first game that a lot of people had complaints about was that the main mission is over super quickly. Like you could honestly beat the game in like 5 hours if you just do the main mission, and that's it. Because it's not the main mission itself is not very long, but there's a ton of extra stuff to do outside of that main mission. And it sounds like this is going to kind of be very similar in that way as well.
Yes. And then there's a lot of side missions. So like going into a main mission, there's after like 2 rounds of like main missions, it can split off to like it still have a main objective, but then there's like 3 or 4 different side quests you could do, and they're optional too. Like they'll say optional. You can go over to this area, or you can try to calm this certain town or faction. Yeah, so a lot. It's very malleable. There's a lot of different things to do in this game, and I think that's what it proves upon the first one too. It's not really this or that. It kind of does in the beginning in the surface, but as you go deeper and deeper, there's many layers to this onion. So,
yeah.
Gameplay, it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Although I will say it's not like the best first-person shooter.
No, it's
like
not.
It's definitely like much more refined than something like Fallout 4 is, or even Outer Worlds 1. Like I think the shooting, the gunplay, I think in this time, even just in the first hour, Garrett, I felt like the gunplay was much better than even the first game was. But still not amazing.
Yeah, definitely. It reminds me of like BioShock Infinite. I don't know why. It just has that cartoonish, free-floating gunplay going on. But it's actually, it feels tighter. As before with Fallout games or the first Outer Worlds, it's serviceable. I think. And as you know, other RPGs, if there's too many enemies in conflict, you're gonna be struggling. I died many times because of just too many enemies.
You're a professor. You can only take so many bullets, Garrett.
Yeah, definitely. You can sneak around. I think the sneaking's okay. I haven't invested in sneaking in the character, so it's not as, it doesn't come to me as easily. But if you invest in the sneaky skill, I think you'll have a good time as well, going around certain conflicts.
Like if it was normal Ryan would probably invest in sneaking skills. But the current Ryan, it's just like, no, I'm going to do something different this time. Could be very loud and deal with too many enemies, and I'll just die, and I'll be fine. I like the fact that though they brought back the slow-mo back from the last game as well. So you can use that to like help with the combat encounters as well when there are a lot of enemies. Like I think it's a good option to have there as well.
Yeah, so those are the gadgets, and then so you have defined items that you pick up throughout the game, and actually if you invest in the science skill, you enhance those gadgets quite a bit.
Okay.
So I think that's cool. So yeah, the first thing you get is the time dilation device, and then the second one you get is some sort of like acid gun where basically it is just like it's a typical like short range weapon, but the best thing about it is that you can burn the dead bodies, like dissolve the bodies.
Yeah.
And so you can stay hidden. So there's like
if you're a stealth player, like that's going to be your best friend. Yeah.
So yeah, there will be gadgets as you go throughout the game. And then there's grenades, and they have their own different elements, and then just different types of guns. I find the guns being pretty random. Like, oh, here's an assault rifle. Oh, here's an SMG. It has an elemental weapon. It's that type of loot system.
Yeah.
You take what you think you want. So.
That's similar to Avowed, honestly. Like it's not. I don't think it does like the rarity thing like Avowed does. Thankfully,
it kind of does. You see a green and then a yellow, but it's
sure. But it's not like the enemies themselves are weak against certain rarities of weapons this time.
No, definitely not. That was a dumb move.
Yeah, I didn't. That's the thing. Like that's why I'm so glad they didn't do that for this game like they did for Avowed. Like that was one of the things I didn't like about that game.
Definitely. Rarity doesn't depend on damage or difficulty or anything like that. You just have what you have, and that's the damage you're gonna deal basically. I'm very curious, Ryan, how you did the intro mission and how it connects to the first world, and like what's the end mission of what you decide in the first world, because it can go. I feel like it can go so many different ways. So
I just figured there was only one way. I didn't even know how many ways it could have possibly gone.
Oh, in the intro mission, yeah. There's like so many different ways how to go about it.
Yeah,
That it impacts your first world.
interesting. Because I just went in the first area. I just went guns blazing the whole time. I killed everything.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
I don't know
you-
how I don't know how it's going to change anything.
Well, you may not meet a certain someone in the first world then. Okay, that is very interesting. Yeah,
Interesting.
we'll talk offline how that's gonna go in your first world.
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested to see how what happens, like how it changes how I play it for sure. So, yeah, this is something we'll have to like circle back to probably next week after I spent more time with the game. Because I just got the game yesterday and we had a pretty busy day anyways, so didn't have much time to play.
Yeah, terminals. Ryan, you love terminals?
No, I don't like terminals, Garrett.
Well, let me tell you,
There's lots of terminals though.
There's lots of terminals. It's essential in the game. I wouldn't say essential, but like it does add a lot to certain areas, unlock certain information. And even when you go into major dialogue events, you will see certain options blocked. Like it's like, okay, you don't have the information discovered or whatever. You may find it in a terminal. You also have this, I believe it's a skill called observation, where it reveals certain things throughout the areas of the game that helps you with dialogue options too. I remember there was one encounter I did in the first town of the first world. It's like, oh, did you pick up this item? And I'm like, no, I didn't pick up this item. And it's because my observation was too low.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's another thing that was pretty interesting, for sure. But anything else you want to dive into about?
No, I think because otherwise, like we'd be probably broaching like spoiler territory, and I don't want to obviously do that. I think you really described the mechanics quite well here, Garrett. And I'm excited to play more. Like I'm excited to talk about this more after I get some more time in with the game, and I'm interested to know what other people think. Because first of all, I don't know if you caught Xbox Drive last night.
A little bit,
but
yeah. I can.
Bowser, Sean, and I all talked about our characters, and including you in this mix, Garrett, all four of us made completely different characters.
Awesome.
So I'm so curious to know like how different our four experiences are all going to be from each other.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, that would be pretty. I'm sure with the Outer Worlds too.
Yeah.
And see where it takes us.
It sounds like something like late November, early December kind of thing.
For sure.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, and then companions, they still have skills. I don't know. It was the same as the first game. So
yeah. I like the menu when you select your companions because it looks exactly like the Mass Effect menu.
Yeah,
I think they did that on purpose.
Oh, they definitely did that on purpose. It's like, oh, you're gonna go on this mission. Here's your companions. I'm like, that's Mass Effect.
And I'm literally like, uncheck. Oh, it's just me.
It's
just me on this planet. It's fine. I didn't want to take this little robot with me. It's fine. I can stay home.
I get it.
Especially because I can't romance the companions, Garrett. Come on.
I know. It's just, what are they doing?
What are they doing? What is going on here?
I want to romance a robot. Jeez.
Doesn't everyone? But I'm glad you enjoyed Outer Worlds 2, Garrett. Yeah, so far, so good. I'm curious to know how long it's actually going to take you to finish it if you're doing all the side quests.
I've heard people playing for 50, 60 hours.
Jesus.
So,
that's a lot.
Yeah. Much longer than the first game.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk about it more in the future as well. Also, make sure to check out Garrett's video as well, which is actually performing pretty well on the channel as well.
Yeah.
So make sure to go check that out as well. And if you have questions about Outer World stuff, make sure to let us know. We're in the Discord.
Yep.
Or just come and talk about it in the RPG Cave Discord as well, because we're curious to know what people think of the game. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode of the RPG Cave. No questions from NPCs this week, although a quick reminder, if you would like to submit a free to join. The link is in the description of this podcast, so you can head on over there. We usually put up the question post like on Friday, so just reply with your questions or let us know, and we'll answer them on the show. But before we go, of course, we got to say thank you to all our patrons. We're at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Brandon Myers, a.k.a. The Winter Gamer. You can find all of his music over at his Linktree, linktr.ee/pme.jib. Our platinum producers, Benny, Smokin' Joe, the Captain, and Tim Paullin. And our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, M.O. Kelly, Hambone Jonny, John OldMrFrump, Peje, Stephen Keller, and Technical Michael. Huge thank you once again to all of our patrons. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. If you want to hop in the car with us, head over there, choose a tier that's right for you. And now, Garrett, plugs go.
You can follow me at Blue Sky at Blind Explosion. You can also find me on the Discord. I acknowledge each and every message in RPG Cave. And you can also follow me on Backlogged at Blind Explosion whenever I update the stupid thing. So,
You'll update eventually. It's fine.
Eventually.
You'll get there. As for me, you can find me in Ryan Turf. Same across all the things. I'm always less responsive in the Discord, but I'm there. I swear I'm there. Every once in a while, I'll read your messages and stuff. I'll look at your GIFs or GIFs or whatever you want to call them. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But for Garrett Bland, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been the 204th level of the RPG Cave, and we're out.
Bye-bye.